Go live to where Lou is this morning because he has a pretty special event going on as well with Rock and Prevention, an organization he's very passionate about. So let's find out right now what's happening with Lou.
The Rock Golf Classic is going on today at Blank Golf Course, and we are here with some special dignitaries we're going to introduce you to in just a little bit. And Pat McManus, too. Okay, so of course, the president and CEO of Rock and Prevention. This is a pretty big deal. It's going very strong after how many years?
This is our 12th year of doing the Rock Golf Classic.
Now, explain to everybody why it's so important to have an event like this.
Well, we here at Rock and Prevention, we're creating a brand new digital curriculum that was going to be distributed worldwide to tens of millions of kids. We've helped 1.5 million kids through our regular Rock Live program, where we trained high school mentors in different communities all over the Midwest.
I think a lot of people that are watching this right now, you probably had the Rock folks come over to your schools, your high schools, and things like that. So you remember that from years gone by.
Absolutely. I'll be walking at the mall or at the grocery store, and somebody will be dragging their kid in tow, and they'll say, "I saw you in Rock and Prevention." I'm like, "Oh."
How many years has Rock been going strong?
It's been 27 years. We started in 1990 with a broadcaster named Ray Johnson, who's just a great guy. He was our first board chair. And Bill Reichart, the clothier, introduced me to Ray, and he said, "Hey, man, I think I want you to help this guy out." And Ray's like, "Well, man," he said, "look at that long-haired guy. What am I going to do with him?"
Because you were in a band at the time, right?
Oh,
You're playing?
That's right. And we were using music and therapy with kids in treatment at a place called Our Primary Purpose, and having a lot of success and using that music to kind of get into kids and touch their hearts and touch their minds. And it gave them a secondary approach to talking about really difficult issues in their lives. From that point, I was just like, you know, after 7 years of working in treatment, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so tired of picking up kids off the pavement and that are already in the problem. It's like, what can we do to try to prevent the first use of alcohol? And what can we do to prevent the first use of drugs? And so we started Rock and Prevention in 1990. The broadcasters got behind us in the all small town radio and big town radio, and you at your former place there on the dial got behind us, and in our first year we helped 22,000 kids. It was nothing short of a miracle, and today it's over 1.5 million kids, so it's just been fantastic.
It just has to do your heart proud to realize that, you know, with a little bit of money, you can make it stretch that many different places.
That's right. That's right. And we've had so many great people behind us. Dick Jacobson was my board chair. He was a very big philanthropist. He passed us last year, and we really miss him. But he not only gave us money, but he really taught us how to run the program right. Don Lamberti from Casey's, Jim Howe and Stan Howe from Muscatine. We've had some really big donors, and then we've also had countless, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of smaller donors that have really helped make the program go.
And you've taken this program more than just in the state of Iowa. Primarily, it's been an Iowa type thing, but you've taken this to other places.
Yeah, those 1.5 million people, those are from 14 states. And then also we've recently created a program called Rock Latino, where everything's in Spanish. So not only can we do it here in North America, but south of the border, they can understand our program as well.
And this Rock Digi that you mentioned earlier, this is about ready to explode that you just mentioned. How soon do we expect that?
It's October 2018 we'll be releasing Rock Digi.
And how many people will that reach, do you think?
Well, it's a digitized curriculum that'll go out to grades 2 through 4. There's one for grades 5, 6, and then there's a global studies program called I Am Rock World Empathy that'll go out to 7th through 9th grade. And they all meet educational standards that the schools need to meet. They all have pre and post tests, so it provides the school instantaneous data about student learning, which is really what our educational process is all about. So we kick that off. We think that eventually it'll help tens of millions of people. It'll be far easier to sustain after I'm gone from the planet to have a group of curriculum writers, some researchers, some software development people, and Christina Jensen, the queen of rock and roll, to keep things going after it's all over.
There you go. But again, we need some money to get things to that point before it can be launched. And that's the reason that we are here today for the 12th annual Rock and Prevention Golf Classic is what we're calling it at Blank Golf Course. And Christina, we're talking about golfing. And with golfing, there's always some fun things. And there's one thing that maybe you're not familiar with that you have a chance to, raise a little money for Rock and Prevention and get a better golf score in case you want to come out and golf. First and foremost, are there any spots left? Because it starts here in about, what, an hour and a half is when we start. Are there any spots left?
Yeah, there's a few more spots left still. I think we're at about 130 golfers, and we can have up to 144, so we still have some spots.
Okay, so a couple of more did open up for people that weren't able to attend. Maybe they signed up and they weren't able to be here this morning. But one of the things that was most intriguing was this piece of string that you have here. And you guys were explaining this in meetings that we were having, and quite frankly, I didn't quite comprehend. What's the deal with the string?
So you can move your ball as far as the string is. So if you're a few feet away from the hole, you can move your ball and you can not even count it as a stroke. So
You just use the string, and then what do you for whatever you use, you cut off the piece of the string?
Yep, you just tie it off and you're good to go.
Okay, and would you buy the string, or is it a fundraising type thing?
Yeah, you buy it for $20.
Okay, so I think for $20 you can lower your score. I think every golfer out there should get at least. Can you only get one? Or can you get like
one per person.
I was going to get a whole handful of them. Yeah. I'd have the best score, period.
Yeah.
What other fun things are going to be available on the course today?
Yeah, so on hole 5, it's going to be Mercedes hole-in-one. So if you hit a hole-in-one, you get a free Mercedes. So yeah.
Mercedes-Benz, really?
Yeah, for real.
And but you guys have a great time out here, and it gets underway at 11 o'clock. And what happens after the golf is over?
Then there will be a dinner where Nick Nurse, who's the Toronto Raptors head coach, he'll be speaking. So, yeah.
There you go. And we mentioned Nick Nurse, and he is actually en route right now because he was playing in a tournament over the weekend. It was in Las Vegas. It is what the Summer League for the NBA, and we weren't sure how he was doing, but all of a sudden, the Raptors got hot.
Yep, they were winning, and then as God would have it, he's speaking tonight. So we're really glad that he's coming. We won't even use the L word. We don't even use that word.
No, they played the Cavaliers last night. We were watching. It was on ESPN2, I believe. Yep. We were watching, and they were leading when we first turned it up, and then they start going the Cavs' way. So the Cavs are playing the Lakers later on tonight. So that's all well and good, but that meant that Nick has a chance to be out here. So he is en route, and he's going to be speaking tonight, and people still have a chance to see that too, right?
Absolutely. We invite you to come on over for dinner and hear Nick speak. And Orf Salmon is a great supporter of Rock and Prevention. He's got a few other celebrities coming, and he might be able to tell you a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, we're going to talk more with Orv coming up in a little bit. We're going to go outside because this is golfing weather. This is absolutely beautiful golfing weather at Blank. So if you can get away, and you can get away and get here by 11 o'clock, that's when the tee time is. That's when we get things kicked off here for the Rock and Prevention Golf Classic at Blank Golf Course. Come on out here and help out Rock with CW Iowa Live. Again, let's go grab some balls, grab some putters. We're going to go out and see if we can do a little something outside on the greens. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. This is CW Iowa Live.